Hello everyone, I have a new layout for you today for Wild Whisper. I am going to be working in my Traveler's Notebook. This is my Traveler's Notebook that is all about Logan and all the funny things that he does because that child is hilarious. So what I'm doing here is I have this photo of him and his words, he built a Ting from a cardboard soda, like one of those boxes that you buy like a 12-pack of soda in. That's what he called it, a Ting. He made the Ting and then asked me to take a picture of the Ting. And then he proceeded to get up like on my bed so that he could pose and I could take the picture of the Ting. So that's what we're scrapbooking today because that's hilarious. I am cutting away the background. The background is unnecessary. It doesn't tell any part of the story that I want to tell. And I thought it would be, kind of fun and cool and different to do that. So I'm cutting away the background. So I just have Logan and his Ting. Once I have Logan all fussy cut here, I wanted to find a background. So I wanted something that was kind of neutral, I guess. I wanted something that the background would be cool and fun, but not necessarily detract or so that you're not too busy. I want something not too busy. Let's say that. I'm going to decide on one of these papers here. I'm just going through my collection, seeing what I've got left of this line. And I'm going to decide on this one. This is going to be the background that we're going to put our little Logan paper doll on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that one down. I'm going to ink up the edges on my pattern paper with Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink. And Logan's notebook has rounded edges. So I'm going to make sure to add rounded edges to this page as well so it fits neatly into Logan's notebook. I do end up having to trim off his little hand and then adding it into the other side of the page. And I was a little scared because at one part in this process I lost his little hand that I hacked off and I had to come back and find it and put it back on the page. But I found it. And it is now complete. Logan is complete in my notebook. You will notice my setup is a little different, and that will be a little bit different for a couple videos this week. I attended a crop this past weekend, and I actually went searching for and bought a stand that allows me to film when I am away, which I love. So anytime you see that bright blue tablecloth, that is the projects I completed while I was at the retreat this weekend. For the other side of my Traveler's Notebook spread, I'm taking just a sheet of cream colored paper. This is not like thick paper or anything special. And I'm going to ink the edges and corner around the edges so it will fit in my notebook. And then I'm going to stamp my title onto this cardstock paper. Initially, I had decided I was going to stamp right in the notebook, but like the third thing in or something that I tried to stamp, I messed it up. So I knew right away that I was going to do it on a separate sheet of paper, cover up the mistake in the notebook, and then if I messed up this one, no big deal because I could just get another piece of paper. I am drawing some guidelines. I'm going to be stamping using 3 new colors of ink from Catherine Pooler: Macchiato, Buttercream, and Spiced. So those are my ink colors in case you are interested. I am going to do a stamping technique where I'm going to create my own drop shadows. This is something that is super fun. I like to do this quite a bit. So once I have my guidelines down, I'm going to go ahead and ink up each of the letters in my title. My title is going to be stamped out using the capital letter stickers, or not stickers, but stamps from Wild Whisper. To make a drop shadow with your stamps, what you do is you go ahead and stamp your letter full with regular ink, and then you just pick up your stamp block, move it to the right and down ever so slightly, and then stamp again using the ink that's just left over. So it's kind of like you're doing a first generation stamping, and then you're just taking your stamping block, moving it down to the right just ever so slightly, and stamping again with the leftover ink that's on your stamping block. And you get a fun, interesting look to your stamping, a little bit different and something that a little unexpected. And I think that this turned out really nice. I love how the stamping turned out. Once I had my title stamped, I wanted to go in with some more of these cool little mod splat shapes that are in the Chaos and Love stamp set. I pulled out my regular sized Misty, and I am just going to go ahead and create a pattern using the buttercream and spiced ink colors, since I used the macchiato for my title. And I'm just going to stamp them all around my layout. And since I'm using my Misty, this was super quick and easy because I could just do 4 or 5 of these images at a time and really get this page filled up quickly. Once I had my paper stamped, I'm just going to pull it out here, all done, and I love how it turned out. Now I can go ahead and all I need to do to my spread is add some journaling. I created a spot for my journaling using a lined journal card from my stash, and then this brown polka dot type paper from the collection. I wanted to bring in some of that spiced color that's on the right and make sure that I included it on the left. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the edges and get this journaling box put together. I want to make sure that both sides of my spread match. So before I write my journaling, I'm going to go ahead and mask off my journaling card. And then I can go ahead and add some more of those stamped images to my left side. And this way, both of all of the colors and all of the stamped images match and are cohesive on the left side and the right side. And I really think this turned out cool. I like how I was able to mask off that little corner and have a really nice, crisp, clean edge. And now all I need to do is to go ahead and add my journaling to that journal box, and this spread is done. Be sure to head down to the description box below. You'll find a link to the Wild Whisper store, as well as a discount code that you can use to order any of the products I've used today that you may need in your stash. Have a great day. Bye.